I'm going to be direct with you, and I want every word you read here to hurt a little, because sometimes pain is the only language that wakes people up. There is a miserable human pattern that repeats itself in relationships, families, friendships, and workplaces. The person who loves you the most, who shows up the most, who endures the most, who roots for you the most, who forgives the most, is exactly the person you treat the worst. Maybe not consciously, but you do treat them badly. And there is no pretty excuse that can hold up against that. You scream at the ones who stay. You ignore the ones who ask if you are okay. You take out your frustration on whoever had nothing to do with causing it. You test the limits of those who have never abandoned you, as if you are trying to find out whether they will leave too. And do you know what is the cruelest part of all this? You handle with care the people who give you nothing. You are polite to strangers, patient with people who are not worth your time, careful with those who do not even know your last name. But with whoever loses sleep worrying about you, whoever prays using your name, whoever stops living their own life just to be present in yours, you are careless, rude, and ungrateful. This is not emotional weakness. This is cowardice. It is easier to lash out at someone who will not leave. It is safer to be cruel to someone who has already proven they love you unconditionally. You do not do this because you are strong. You do it because you are too much of a coward to deal with your own conflicts, and you use the other person's loyalty as a punching bag. And the loyal person? They keep going. They swallow it. They justify your behavior to themselves. He is just going through a phase. She is stressed. Tomorrow will be different. They build narratives to protect you, while you do not even notice the size of what you are destroying. Because loyalty is not infinite. Patience is not eternal weakness. And the day that person decides enough is enough, there will be no drama, no long goodbye. They will simply disappear. And their silence will be more deafening than any fight ever was. Now I need you to stop everything you are doing and answer this honestly. Not to me, but to yourself. If the person who supports you the most decided to leave tomorrow, what would you have done in the last few months to deserve them staying? Answer that. Feel the weight of it. Because most people only understand the value of a loyal presence when it becomes an absence. And then comes the regret, the longing, the desperate attempt to recover what was slowly destroyed through neglect, coldness, words said in the wrong tone, and gestures that never came. You do not need to be perfect. Nobody is asking for that. But there is an enormous difference between making mistakes because you are human and causing harm, because you are irresponsible. There is a difference between having hard days and turning the life of someone who loves you into an emotional minefield. You have the right to be struggling. You do not have the right to make someone else pay for it. Loyal relationships are not built in moments of euphoria. They are built precisely in the moments when you choose to be kind, when you are exhausted, present when you are overwhelmed, grateful when you are suffocating. It is in those moments that you reveal who you truly are, and what the other person's presence actually means to you. So stop. Breathe. Think about who has been standing by your side without asking for anything in return. And before that person's silence teaches you what you refuse to learn from their words, go to them. Not with a cheap apology, not with an empty promise. With presence, with eye contact, with the humility of someone who understood they almost lost something that no amount of money, status, or ego can ever replace. Loyal people are rare, and you were rough with one of them. Now you have a choice. Keep being the version of yourself that does not deserve the love it receives, or start becoming the version that fights to be worthy of someone who never gave up on you, even when you had given up on yourself.